Alright, today I want to talk about inventory a little bit. There's a couple of ways to see what items you have on your character. The first one, to see what you're wearing, you can type inventory. I'm going to use short abbreviations, so INV, and you can see I am not carrying that much stuff on me. I also have a backpack on me, so I can, that's an L, look in my back, for look in my backpack. And you can see I've got a bunch of stuff in there. One of the things that you notice in here, because I just put them in here, is I have some arrows. Now, if you look, I'm wearing a thigh quiver, so I'm going to grab the arrows real quick. So I have the arrows in my right hand, and if I want to store them, I can put the arrows in my back, and I put them in my backpack. You'll notice that I put my in front of whatever the container is. That's because if there's a backpack on the ground or a sack or whatever it is, you might put it in the wrong one. So get in the habit of putting my in there. Another one that's really common is when you get multiple items repaired and you get a large sack, you want to make sure you're doing everything. You're putting it in your sack in case there's a large sack on the ground in the armor repair or weapon repair area. So let's say I want to put the arrows in my quiver. I can go get arrows again, and then put arrow in my quiver. And I put them in my quiver. So if I get my arrows, I'm going to drop these. And you should never drop anything that you don't want the janitor to get. So my arrow's on the ground. A little trick is you can hit stow arrows. See, but I put them in my backpack. Now, what you're going to want to do is there's a store command. And if you type in store, store help, it will tell you what ammo, ammunition, where am I going to put it? So what I can do is I can type store arrows in quiver. And see, whoops. It's ammo in quiver. So now that all my ammunition, I'm going to store in my quiver. So if I get my arrows again, drop the arrows, and then put stow arrows. See, now I'm putting them in my thigh quiver. I'll put rocks in my, or if you have a throwing item, you put it in your quiver. Sometimes, that one's one of the ones that sometimes goes back and forth. Also, if you have some bolts for a crossbow, you put them in your quiver now. So if I put store list, I can see up here, so my gems I'm putting in my gem pouch, but my armor I haven't set that anywhere. Melee weapons, range weapons, you can set all these to different pouches or containers, so when you have a lot of stuff, you can put them in different areas and know that, hey, whenever I take off my areas, it's always going to go in my duffel bag. Another thing is sometimes you notice that I'll type ENC for encumbrance. I'm somewhat burdened. Now, when you want to go fighting, you always want to have no burden so you're not getting beat up too bad. Sometimes when you go look in my back, you can't really see through all this stuff. I got a lot of lockpicks in there. I'll talk about a lockpick ring in a future video. And I can't really see if there's anything heavy in here. Another way to look at this is if you type inventory list, you get a list of what's in your inventory. I've already got a lockpick ring. So in my bundle, I've got a bunch of different hides and hooves and ears in there. And you can kind of get an idea of what might be heavy, especially things that, like if you have a large nugget or a massive nugget of some kind of ore or metal, that will weigh you down. Also, pelts tend to be generally pretty heavy. It's another way to look at your inventory that you have. Last one is if you type inventory slots, I believe, it will tell you how many items you're actually wearing on your person. A lot of times, like shoulders, over the shoulders, if you hang a bow over your shoulder or crossbow, or a lot of quivers you wear over the shoulder, that can get used up, and you can see how many slots you have available for different areas. So this isn't covering everything about inventory. This is more of a intro to it. Just wanted to go over a few things. If there's a demand, I will go over more sorting inventory and things like that in the future. All right, have a great day.